welcome to Home Cooking with Deb. You know, the thing about living in upstate New York is that you just never know what you're going to get with weather. It's freezing out there. And although we really hate that, there's something good about it too. We get to have a nice, cozy meal because there's nothing better than a warm, cozy meal on a cold day. Today we're going to do eggplant parmesan, melanzana di parmigiani. See, here's our eggplant. And we're going to go real quick with this. What we're going to do for our first step, we're just going to cut it up. You want about a 1/2 inch slice, okay? I'll never forget when we were living in Brooklyn, oh, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago. I was in the little supermarket where you go to buy your vegetables. And I picked up an eggplant and I said to Jeffrey, let's do eggplant parmesan. And this little old Italian lady comes up to me and she says, in her real broken Italian or broken English, she says, oh, you never make eggplant parmigiani before. I'm going to tell you. I said, okay. She's telling me this first step, which I'm sharing with you now, which I thought she was crazy. What you do here is you cut up your eggplant, okay, and you have to put it in a colander like so, and you cover it with salt. And I thought, what the heck do you want to do that for? It's going to be a salty thing. But what I found out, she explained to me, is that eggplant has like a bitter fluid inside of it, and the salt will help to soak it out of there. So it's about 20 minutes, but coat it really good with salt, and kind of line your colander. You take a big heavy pot of water, or whatever you got is heavy, and you just put it in there like that. And we're going to let this sit about 20 to 30 minutes, and all of that fluid is going to leak out of here, and you'll see it in the bottom of this plate. Then when we come back, we'll take our next step. The other ingredients that you're going to need for eggplant parmesan is breadcrumbs. I've got 2 eggs. In the egg mixture, I have some Parmesan cheese finely ground, some parsley, and some basil. You're going to need some flour, of course your mozzarella, and your Parmesan cheese. And when we come back, we'll show you the next step. Okay, so what I want you to see now is that moisture that came out of the eggplant. You know, we're not doing a lot of eggplant, so there's not as much as you might see with a great big batch. But if you look in there, you can see that the eggplant is kind of shrunken up a little bit. Now what we're going to do is rinse this really good and put it on these paper towels and dry them off before we take our next step. So our eggplant is all washed, and we put it between, you can see how it's kind of reduced in size a little bit. You know, that's all that juice that came out of it. You want to dry it really good because, you know, we're going to fry this next. And, you know, if there's any moisture on it, when you put it in the oil, it will, you know, splatter all over the place. So I think we're pretty good with the drying. So we're doing just a small batch here, just for the 2 of us for dinner, so this is going to go pretty quick. The first step we're going to take is we're going to dredge it in some flour. Okay, now a lot of people, there's different ways of doing it. Some people cut the skin off, some people leave it on. I'm leaving it on. We're going to put it in our egg wash where we get the cheese and the parsley and the basil all on there. Then we're going to pop it in some breadcrumbs. Some people don't use breadcrumbs, so, you know, it's all different ways. My husband likes the breadcrumbs, so we do what he likes. We've got some nice hot oil ready, and I like to use a fairly deep amount of oil so that when you put it in, you hear that sizzle? And it actually cooks, almost cooks both sides at the same time. So you don't really have to worry too much about turning it. I'm going to give it a few minutes. So we've done our flour, our little egg wash. I've got 2 eggs in there, I think, which should be enough for what we're doing. Pop it in there. See, it's already starting to brown. It's looking good. You really want to make sure that these things get covered in that egg wash because there's this nice Parmesan cheese in there. And when that cooks up, boy, is that delicious. Okay, well, we'll check back in a few minutes here when we're done frying, and we'll show you the next step. Our first couple of pieces are done, and we're just going to take them out. See how nice and brown they are? They only take, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes in there. It's not too long. So you do it in stages. See how nice? Ooh, they're delicious. We've got our sauce ready here that I made earlier in the day. This is from our, of course, from our garden tomatoes. So if you watch episode, I don't know if it's 8, you'll see how we make the sauce. Now here's our eggplant, and you can see that it's nice and crispy. There's kind of a hollow sound to it when it's cooked. And that's how you, but really it's only 2 or 3 minutes. And we're going to bake it in the oven after this, so it's not that critical. We're going to put a little sauce in the bottom of our pan so nothing sticks. We're going to have a little side of spaghetti. And you know what? I didn't make the homemade pasta tonight. I'm just doing regular store-bought. So I know I'm kind of cheating. So you're going to layer your little guys in here. Like I said, this is a small little, you know, one. If you want to make a bigger one, you can. Just do more eggplants. Okay, we got lots of mozzarella. We love our mozzarella. You know, you kind of sort of like you're layering it like you would do your lasagna. I'll throw a little parmesan in there for fun. It's good. And we're going to top it off with a little sauce. Not too much sauce, you know, don't go too heavy on it. This is just to moisten it and let the cheese kind of all melt together. We're going to do the next layer here. See how fast it goes? You know, it's really nothing to it. Let me see here. You can cut them up if you want. Make them fit nice. Good. Here's this is Sorrento. It's pretty good. You know, we use it for most things. Lots and lots and lots of cheese. Some parmigiana. Now we're going to top it with our sauce. We got to save some sauce for the spaghetti. I'm thinking that looks pretty good. We're going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to get that cheese to melt. All right, so my husband informed me he wants some more cheese on top of the sauce, so we're going to do it because we like to make him happy, you know. And why not? The more cheese, the better off it is. So there we go. In the oven, and we'll see you in, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. We'll get ready. Hey guys, we're back. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Is that fabulous? That looks just wonderful. Now we're going to give that a second to cool while we get our pasta going here. All right. Store-bought pasta. I know. But I cheated. I didn't really have time. We were busy doing some stuff today, so there we go. That's good to go there. Now, for the star of the show, we're going to give it a try. You know, it was bubbling nicely in the oven. And you know, really everything is cooked. You know, the eggplant's cooked. And so what you're really doing, oh, look at that. You're getting that cheese melted on it and getting it all mixed up. Okay, we got this to go here. We're going to throw a little bit of our parmigiana on top. Because my husband likes it this way. Mix it a little bit. Remember, never put your cheese when the flame is on in the stove. It'll just get stuck. Always turn the heat off and then put your cheese on. There we have it. Beautiful eggplant parmesan. A little side of spaghetti. That is going to be so hot, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to taste it for you. But let's give it a try. So I'm going to take a taste and we're going to see if it's edible. Because, you know, the boss of the sauce is my husband. He's the one who's going to be the bottom line here. But let's see if we like it. Fantastic. I know I say that all the time, but it's really true. It's good. We're going to have dinner. We'll see you again on Home Cooking with Deb. Have a good night. This is because I'm always the one tasting the food. But ladies and gentlemen, if I can figure out how to use this camera, here we go. We're going to go. Watch the boss of the sauce.
This is amazing.
There he is. Yep. Eggplant's really good. And he's loving it. All that cheese. See? I'm not lying to you. Alright guys. We're going to see you next time on Home Cooking with Deb.
I'm a happy guy.
Alright. I hope we come up with something new and interesting for you that hopefully somebody's going to want to watch. Okay. Ciao.